when people want to lose weight. Most people are clueless and sometimes they take extreme measures. I need to lose weight, so start jogging, start running, or pick up like an endurance activity. What's your take on that?
Endurance training will probably be a waste of their time. Walking is the weight loss superpower. People who reported walking 150 minutes, their biological age was reversed by up to 8 years.
Phenomenal.
But if walking is the only exercise you do, then eventually you will lose muscle.
What if who has to lose 15 kilos just doesn't have the time to do 10,000 steps?
So in that case, there's something called pyramid workout. And the pyramid workout basically means
my father's go-to exercise is walking. He has all the time in hand, so he keeps walking for like 1.5 hours every morning.
okay.
But at 76, to be able to finish like close to 15,000 steps within 7 a.m.
That's
Very-
amazing.
Yeah, very, very like inspiring. And it's been his go-to. Like he's done sports, he does some basic body weight strength training in the park that he goes to for his walk. Very basic, like he'll sit up and down, squatting
Nice.
and that kind of stuff.
Awesome.
Having said that, like I've seen him walking since I was born. You know what I mean? Like I used to go walking with him. That my fitness journey started at the age 6 with him doing yoga and walking,
Okay.
because that's when he had all his
Nice.
lifestyle diseases start, from diabetes to heart disease to cancer to everything that followed through. But walking is such a miraculous thing. I mean, for everyone,
Yeah.
for everything. Right? I by default do 14,000 steps a day because it's part of my job. I'm walking on the floor while coaching. Let's talk about specific audience today, right? Like let's say when people want to lose weight,
Yes.
okay? Most people are clueless and sometimes they take extreme measures, right? Like, okay, I need to lose weight, so let me start jogging, start running, or pick up like an endurance activity, which could be a little too intense, and then maybe change some behavior with food and stuff like that, right? But what's your take on that?
Endurance training and running in general. I mean, I love endurance training.
Yeah.
It's a great tool overall for general health and fitness and getting really really fit. But for this specific use case, I think endurance training will probably be a waste of their time if someone needs to lose that much weight.
Yeah.
I don't think endurance training is the best thing that they can do at that point in life. That because it's hard, which means it's harder for you to recover from it.
Yeah.
And what will matter the most here is consistency. Second, it puts a lot of load on the joint. So a lot of times I see people who are heavily overweight, they start running outdoors a lot, or outdoors or treadmill or whatever, doesn't make a difference. But they start getting knee issues and shin splints and
Exactly.
ankle issues because running is a high impact activity. It's going to
Yes.
put a lot of load on your joints. I'm not saying you shouldn't do high impact activities. We need to do because that's how our
Exactly.
joints become stronger.
Yeah.
But not at that point in life. Right now, a priority is to lose weight, and endurance training is not your
Go to.
best friend at that moment. Endurance training, unless your nutrition's like super right and all, it'll also cost you muscle, right?
Exactly.
It'll come at the cost of muscle. And when you want to lose weight, you don't want to actually lose weight. You want to lose body fat and retain as much muscle as you can.
Exactly.
So, in my opinion, I don't think people should just start by running and doing endurance training, or even start by like playing sports. A lot of times I see they start playing badminton, they love it, they enjoy, and they substitute their workout with playing badminton.
Yeah.
And I've like heard that a lot from people, but then they get ankle injuries
Now it's
because their
pickleball.
joints were not ready for it.
Yeah.
Play badminton. I love sports. It's like absolutely mandatory for anybody for a bunch of reasons. But when you want to lose 10, 15, 20 kgs, I don't think you should start by playing badminton.
Exactly.
And any kind of sport.
Exactly. Any kind of sport.
Yeah.
Like the current trend is pickleball, right?
Yeah, I think the problem with pickleball is it's too accessible. It's very easy for anybody to play.
Yeah.
And they don't even treat that like a sport, right? So they're not like, when you play a sport, let's say basketball, sprinting,
Yeah.
marathon, anything,
Technique, yeah.
you're going to prep for that
Exactly.
properly, right? You're going to prime your joints, you're going to strengthen your muscles, you're going to build your mileage one step at a time, one day at a time, one week at a time. But when people go to play pickleball, it's become more fun activity. Boasting point is I played 4 hours of pickleball. But I'm sure the number of injuries are going up after that. People need to prep for, and it's a sport, like it's a proper sport.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like playing tennis but on a shorter court, right? So
exactly, right? You don't need to do extreme stuff when you start out on a weight loss journey. It has to be progressive.
Yes.
So what would you recommend for a person who has to lose 15 to 20 kilos? Let's say 15 kilos. Like, let's take a scenario, right?
So that's like heavily overweight.
Yeah, person. 15 is a lot.
Yeah. In my opinion, the best thing that they can do at that moment is walk. Walking is the weight loss superpower.
Yeah.
It just allows you to, get a lot of activity while it puts no to minimum impact on your joints.
Yeah.
And for someone who's been fully, sedentary, walking is also a good form of strength training, because when you trying to move your body forward, your glutes, your hamstrings, your calves, and your quadriceps, your core, everything is engaged. So for someone who's not worked out ever, someone who's very sedentary, walking to start with is a good form of even strength training. Of course, your body adapts, and then you have to add more weights and things like that. But I think walking will be the superpower. Also, one more thing that happens is when you do more endurance training and running, your cortisol goes up.
Yes.
Which is not a problem. Cortisol is like any other hormone, which is in general not a problem. But you're someone who's not used to working out. So you want to make sure that you're able to reduce that stress in the body. And if the stress is lesser, your eating habits will be better, your sleeping habits will be better. And all of that put together will help you lose weight a lot faster. So I think walking should be the go-to in that case.
So then I think in this case, we need to kind of break this down, especially because of the number of step thing, right?
Yeah.
Like I was saying earlier, my dad has all the time in the world right now because he's a retired man. So he can walk for 1.5, 2 hours every day and come back and recover well.
Yeah.
So, and when you do that much, you achieve like 10, 12, 15,000. Now, what if this case who has to lose 15 kilos just doesn't have the time to do 10,000 steps or to do anything, 8, 10, 12,000 steps, because we know we want them to walk that much to like get to that stage.
Yeah.
What do we do? What kind of plans can we give this person?
Yeah. So I think we'll talk about the walking based workouts that one can deploy to like effectively lose weight and also build their cardio.
Yeah.
But before I get to that, even though 10,000 steps may sound very easy to someone like you or me, or your dad or my mom, but it's very, very hard for people to get 10,000 steps on a daily basis. They don't have the time to keep walking around throughout the day, because 10,000 steps basically mean that through the day you're being active.
Moving, yeah.
But in reality, people spend most of the time sitting for whatever reason, and I'm not like judging them for it. I'm sure there are reasons they're not able to dial that much activity in. So in that case, what they can do, there's something called a pyramid workout.
Yeah.
They can do it on the treadmill, or they can do it even outside. So let's talk about a treadmill use case right now. So I mean, you just get a gym membership, you have access to the treadmill, or even in your apartment gym.
Correct.
This is going to be a 30 to 35 minute workout, and the pyramid workout basically means you get on the treadmill, do a 5-minute warm up. That warm up at the speed of between 4 to 5 kilometer per hour. So it's like slow.
Easy,
It's like slow walk, and incline the treadmill at like 1 degree. If you want, you can keep it at 0 also, no problem. Basically, this is more like a general warm up, getting your heart rate slightly, raise your heart rate slightly up. That's it. After 5 minutes comes your phase 1 in the pyramid workout, which is when you will increase the incline by another, let's say 1 degree or maybe 2 degrees. So increase the incline just a little bit, and you will walk for 10 minutes at a pace of 5 to 6 kilometer per hour. So you're now actually walking 6 kilometer per hour is like a nice decent pace when you walk.
Yeah.
So keep it, maybe start from the lower end and slowly ramp it up. But 10 minutes you will be at that pace. Your heart rate will start going up. You will maybe get slightly uncomfortable, but not very uncomfortable at this point. Post 10 minutes comes your phase 2 when you increase the speed slightly. So get to that 6 to 7 kilometer per hour. So it's like that you would have seen in Olympics, right? They do speed walking.
Yeah.
Those
moving the hands
speed
like
walking
that.
events.
It's
So it may look like that.
Yeah.
So for next 10 minutes, you will be doing more like speed walking, very, very brisk pace. And this is where your heart rate will actually start to like really go up. You will feel very uncomfortable for those 10 minutes, but just stick to it and your body will get used to it. Increase the incline also by another 1 degree. So you are now at like maybe 3 to 5 degree incline. You are at 6 to 7 kilometer per hour and you are doing that speed walk for 10 minutes.
Got it.
Right? After that comes the intensity phase. That you're going to do for, another 5 minutes. In those 5 minutes, don't worry about the speed because you're already at like speed walking pace. Just increase the incline slightly if you can by 1 or 2 degrees. 5 minutes, go like harder and then cool down at your warm-up pace. So this is going to become anywhere between 30 to 35 minutes, including your warm-up and cool down. Do this 3 to 5 times in a week. And it will, for someone who's never, done endurance training and VO2 max training and all that, it will have an upside on VO2 max. For someone like you and I, highly trained individuals, this is not going to improve VO2 max too much because you have to then specifically train for VO2 max. But for people who are new to fitness, this is going to like really improve their aerobic base and get them ready for the next level in training. So pyramid workout, very accessible because you could do it on a treadmill. Let's say if you're doing it outside, just keep increasing the pace. Keep the same phases, warm up, phase 1, phase 2, intensity, cool down, but increase the pace and get to that speed walking in the end. So you can also do it
because outside they may not get like an incline.
There won't be an incline.
So then you do the speed walking a little bit more. You increase it
But makes a very, very solid workout, and and
it's short.
It's short.
That's the beauty of it.
30 minutes.
So much done in 30 minutes.
Exactly. Just 3 to 5 times a week.
Got it.
Another really good walking workout. Now this, people can use to bring in some variety because this can get boring. But the thing about walk is you can listen to podcast. You can watch a movie. Whatever that, whatever you want to do at that moment.
Internalize.
You can, because it's an antidepressant. Honestly, your stress will come down, and you can. For me personally, a lot of ideas happen when I'm walking. So I try not to. When I'm walking, I try not to listen to podcasts or talk to anybody because that's the time when I get a lot of
you just
ideas.
Get into your thoughts.
Exactly. The second walking workout that I want to talk about is basically, it's called 12-3-30 workout. It's been like trending a lot all over. It's a slightly harder workout. So this can also be used for people to take it to the next level when they've done the first walking workout that I spoke about for good 4 to 6 weeks. So 12-3-30 is a very simple template. 12 basically means incline the treadmill at 12. So it's like quite steep. Okay.
Very steep.
And then 3 basically means speed of 3 miles per hour, which will come to something like anywhere between 4.5 to 5 kilometer per hour. I think.
Which is not bad.
It's not fast pace. It's not, because at that incline it will be also be difficult to walk fast.
You'll gas out.
So it's more incline. So the effort on your muscles, you're going to feel that effort on your muscles. But the speed is slower. And 30 minutes. So 30 is basically the time. 30 minutes non-stop. This, it's good for increased calorie burn compared to regular walking on a flat surface because, you have to put a lot of effort. What I would also recommend is don't hold on to the
exactly. Good you mentioned that. Because a lot of us have the habit of holding on. Of course, for some it's fear in the beginning. And from some it's just
if that's the case, fine, hold on. But if it is fear in the beginning, don't even incline that much. Just, start very slow. Don't go too far too soon. The biggest thing about health and fitness is like show up. If you show up and just get basic work done, that makes you the person who exercises. And then you become unstoppable. Then you will be able to do all kind of workouts, over next many years in your life. So just, maximize for showing up. So don't worry if you're not able to do it at 12 incline. And what I'm also trying to say is that if this 12 incline is too much for you today, start at 1, start at 2, start at 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever incline and speed that you can hold today for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Do that again for 3 to 5 times a week. It's a solid workout. And when you do this for the first time, I can guarantee you will feel soreness in your glutes.
100%.
Your hip
Legs,
flexors will
yeah,
open up a lot
exactly.
because you have to extend more to catch up with
Climb.
that level of incline. It's a great workout. The outdoor version of it, you can go for a trek, or those are not the things that we can do every day.
Yeah.
But anywhere you can find a more incline surface, like walk on in hilly areas. And
Yeah.
I grew up in the hills, so I got a lot of opportunity to do incline walks without the treadmill. But
No, and there's also, I don't know if you've seen the blue zones, where they're talking about different parts of the world. Like they named 5 people who lived beyond 100, right? And lived well, lived healthy, lived with great quality of life. And one of them, I think, somewhere in Italy, was they attributed it to the fact that everybody walked uphill at every age all
Wow.
their life, because like you said, you grew up in the hills,
yeah,
and then you have to walk those roads.
let's
You
see
don't
how
have a
long I
choice.
live. But
Yeah, I mean, you're not walking that anymore. Excuse me, sir. You've been here forever. So forget the fact that you lived.
That you grew
were
up
probably
in
just born in the hills and then you moved. Okay, but this is I'm talking about people who were born and lived
live there all
and
their life.
spending even their age in 90s and hundreds on the hills and walking uphill with a stick,
Yes.
right? And so yes, this
Even the air quality is much clearer.
air quality,
now,
100%. Yeah.
To that point, about you spoke about living longer and things. That actually gets me to the third walking workout, which is pretty much the simplest.
Yeah.
You don't need a treadmill for it. You can do it on the treadmill. But if you think this incline and all of that jazz is too much for you, you don't want to do it. Just 30 minutes of outdoor walk, 5 days in a week. That's it. Try and increase the pace of your walk. Do more brisk walking. At least after a couple of weeks, just try to increase the pace and add some challenge. But 30 minutes of brisk walk, 5 days in a week, it gives you 150 minutes of really good cardio. There was actually there's a study that has been published where 5,800 plus participants were observed, and people who reported walking 150 minutes, greater than 150 or greater than 150 minutes of walking a week, their telomere length was much longer. So they had longer telomeres compared to people who reported less than 150 minutes of walking. What that means is that their biological age was reversed by up to 8 years.
That's phenomenal.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's so accessible, right? Walking 150 minutes in a week, and your biological age goes down by almost a decade.
Yeah, so you're losing fat.
Of course, when walking as an activity at that intensity, you also burn more fat.
Exactly.
As a percentage.
Exactly.
So this study, it was still a cross-sectional study. So it doesn't prove causation.
Yeah.
However, there is a strong association between walking and living longer and being a lot more healthier.
It's
powerful.
I see it in my own household, so I will fully believe it. And then you have everyday data to prove it too. And I'm also about that point of walking every day. I think the beauty of walking and to lose weight is that you can pretty much do it anywhere. Like you have a travel job, you can walk anywhere in the world.
Exactly.
Right. And I'm doing this. I'm helping a friend right now lose weight for the third time.
Okay.
Because he loses weight and then he gets off and then he puts it back on and then he comes back to me again and help me again. So this cycle has happened for a decade now.
Yeah.
So I said, this is my third attempt and I'm going to not help you after this. Okay. But here's the thing, and that's how we started again, because putting on weight again and a lot of weight and coming back. Walking. And the goal now is to do about 30 to 40 minutes every single day. Right? So let's quickly talk about the intensity. I mean, let's just educate people on how do they keep the intensity in mind? What should they feel?
Very important.
I know you spoke about it, but maybe something that they can track.
Yeah, I think, so there's the tool that they can deploy there is an informal talk test.
Yeah.
What that means is So zone 1 is the intensity where you're able to make full-blown conversations easily. It's like a stroll in the park.
Yeah.
And I also recommend that just be able to do that 20 minutes of unbroken walk first at that intensity before you increasing your speed and things. So that is zone 1. Second is basically where you are the intensity where you are able to talk, you're able to make sentences, but you're sort of eating your words
Yeah.
a little bit.
Correct.
And after a point, that's the intensity I want you to be at. Like the walking workouts that I spoke about, you need to be able to do those workouts at that intensity.
Correct.
So just use just any random sentence, just try and verbalize it.
Yeah.
If you are able to clearly speak, then you need to push a little more, increase
Correct.
your pace or increase your incline, and get to a point where you're sort of eating your words. You can talk if you have to, but you won't be able to sing.
Yeah.
That's an
That's
informal.
how it's supposed to be.
That's
Yeah.
basically an informal talk test. Very simply, just deploy this tool and use it for yourself. You don't need anyone else to observe you. So intensity where you can talk uncomfortably, but you just cannot sing.
Now, the last question for this plan that we have is we spoke about cardio, we spoke about fat loss. Now, when someone's going to constantly keep doing this, we may see some muscle loss as well, right? So how do we kind of tell them how to work on preserving that muscle loss?
Even though walking is muscle sparing, so you're actually
Yes.
burning more fat. But if walking is the only exercise you do, then eventually you will lose muscle, and that's not what we want. So just stick to doing the same things like the walking workouts that we spoke about.
Yeah.
Just try and put a backpack. Just put anything in that. Your books, your laptop, your water bottles, or anything. Make it tight and just walk along with that. So that added weight is going to make sure that you're getting the stimulus to preserve your muscle, and it's an activity which again doesn't like overload your joints
Exactly.
too much, so it's safe for you, and it's a
Don't make it too
great-
heavy.
Don't make it very
Yeah.
heavy. Just go by the feel.
Exactly.
Initially, keep it like very, very light. The idea is like act of external loading. That's it. Just start doing that. And there will come a point when your body will tell you that, you need more weight.
Yeah.
Get a weighted vest.
When you feel that,
Just
yeah.
put that vest
Yeah.
and vest is a great tool. The weight is evenly distributed. You can
Yes.
walk long hours. You can
Yeah.
also add external plates on it and all of that. So just basic stuff. Add a backpack or a weighted vest.
Simple.
And do the same workouts. It will help you. In fact, even build muscle for some people who don't
I
have
think so
a lot
too.
of training age.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's so simple, honestly. I
Yes.
think people need to just start moving more often. And like you said, just show up
Exactly.
consistently. And that's where the magic is.
That's where the magic
Right?
is. Just showing up.
Yeah. Our body is designed to walk. Our body is designed to move.
Yes.
And that's why we have our ankle joint and knee joint and hip joint to move that way, right?
Yeah.
So, yes, I hope everyone starts moving more after listening to this. And we're going to leave all the plans on our cheat sheet.
Yeah, we'll actually create the 3 workouts that
Yeah.
we just shared.
Yeah.
We'll try and program it in a week for
Yeah.
someone who's new versus someone who's spent some time walking.
And
Put that in the
training,
cheat
yeah.
sheet, which can be downloaded from the description.
Yes. Thank you so much, Rishabh Tala.
Yeah.
See you
Thank you.
in the next one.